man. Guys, I'm loving this. Clip Studio is tasty. This design pencil is delectable. That's nice. So that's sweet. This is a fun morning, I gotta be honest. What is happening in our family? Taylor Payton here of the beginnerdrawingcourse.com, and today we are going to be Clip Studio painting. And by Clip Studio painting, I mean drawing in Clip Studio. So as for me, I have been a Photoshop artist for over a decade now, and I have gotten really used to it. It's really, really nice in a lot of ways, but Adobe has recently started to implement a payment structure that is recursion based. You know, you're paying monthly. I'm not a huge fan of recurring expenses. My solution is to learn Clip Studio Paint. So I'm going to take you on that journey with me today. I know some of you are already way used to it because it's much more affordable than Photoshop. And they recently had a sale even that I got in on. And so I got my serial number. I'm completely legit. And so we're going to see if we can fly in this program. I don't really have any ideas. I'm just going to open up a big sketchbook page. I'm going to pretend that this is just a big old page in my sketchbook and that we are just going to explore. So let's construct a quick head. Go ahead and drop that in there. Pun not intended. And get my construction lines down, subdivide the forms a little bit. If you want to know more about this process, you can always get the character drawing course. Oh, I love the shading in here. The pressure sensitivity is really nice. It really feels close to how a pencil functions, and I'm a huge fan of pencils. Now my brush is very small, which is lending itself to, you know, some fairly articulate lines, but it's not the fastest way to work. If we want to scale it up, it's like almost using the side of the pencil a little more, which is really nice for shading. I'm really enjoying the overall feel of the program. It's very tactile, and that's kind of hard when I have to hit P twice to go back to my tool, but I'm sure I would get used to it. I'm in pen mode right now, and you hit P to toggle between pencil and pen. So yeah, it's just sketching this dude's head. Sort of a strong face elf guy. And if he's got such a strong face, he'd probably have like a beard too. Elves usually don't grow beards, do they? They grow like mustaches, I guess. Kind of like what I got going on, you know, some of that, some of this. I've got some elf mustache. Oh, that's gross. No elf mustaches, I'm sorry. That's just not. He can have a strong face and it's gonna be a strong baby face. Yeah, I mean, I'm enjoying it so far. Trying to also create something that looks like something, you know, you don't want to just, you can hop in and test, but I want application. Because oftentimes when you're getting into a program and you want to just get all the functions down, which is perfectly fine, right? You want to just try all the different tools and see what they do sort of very quickly. Like I can jump to the design pencil. So yeah, this feels really interesting. I'm really liking the subtle variance in the texture of this design pencil. Let's get the eyebrows in with the design pencil. Look at the mark making. That is beautiful. That is delicious. I'm fine with this. I'm happy with this. I can shade in the orbicular sockets a little bit of the eye. Oh man, guys, I'm loving this. Clip Studio is tasty. This design pencil is delectable. It's so good. I can just make marks all day. And they're so clean. There's an articulation here that I feel Photoshop doesn't quite have. It's much more responsive to my tablet, which is a Wacom Intuos Pro Medium, by the way. And it's just letting me go in with these really finite, no frills added, no extra weirdness. And to be honest, I've been having this issue in Photoshop where my opacity just turns off. And I've been working around it for months now. And I mean, of course, you can always troubleshoot and troubleshoot and troubleshoot. But it hasn't gotten to the point where it's so painful that I actually fix it. But I'm not getting any of that in Clip right now. It's just all goodness. It's all goodness, you guys. And I'm here for it. I gotta say, I am here for it. I'm already just warming up in Clip. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try this darker pencil. We have one sort of elf dude head sketch, and I hope I don't sneeze here. I'll have to cut it if I sneeze. Ah, allergies. So the darker pencil feels a lot like the pen. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's see what else can we do. We got a lighter pencil. Maybe we can use that on this guy too. And by lighter pencil, they mean semi-soft, hard round brush. Let's make it really big if we're gonna turn form like that. Ooh, okay, okay. I see you, Clip Studio. I see you. That's nice. That's a big, soft, round brush. Yeah, soft brushes typically work, you know, nicely, very large. There are techniques to get them to be much more hard-edged, but a lot of the time they're really nice when you make them big and can just sort of subtly turn form. Because you can see I'm already getting a lot of that volume just by subtly going in with this. And it's got a nice like center to it, even though my brush is really big. So that's sweet. And actually my stomach is getting kind of hungry, so I'm gonna take a little break and pause the video here, and then we'll do an even more involved sketch with this mechanical pencil and maybe the rough pencil. We'll see, because this is a fun morning, I gotta be honest. Just gonna draw this in real quick. That should be helpful. We're at 100% normal. I guess the opacity is right up here. Okay, so that's how we lower that down. And then I can make another layer on top, and we'll use the mechanical pencil. Flip the canvas and get to work. So now we got this sort of elf, warrior, wounded dude, and I want to try some of the other tools and functions. So I'm going to make a layer underneath him and see if we can get some cool fills going, or some of those nice maybe textures or screen tones I think that we might have access to in Clip Studio. All right, that's a little less overwhelming, but it's not super dark. You can just kind of go ahead and fill your character in with this very dotted texture. It's pretty close to a screen tone, but a little more random, not quite as organized. But I dig it. I really dig it. This is sweet, man. What took me so long to do Clip Studio? And then we got droplets. Let's add some droplets, darken it up a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Maybe like some on his face, some on his bandages. Oh man, that is awesome. So we got some pretty sweet textures we can apply here with this airbrush. We got all these different things like shadow, highlight. Let's add a little gradient. I'm gonna size the brush up here. Get rid of some of the lighter values down there. And then let's darken the hair and the head up a little bit. Yeah, you can see like the gradients are really nice. The textures are really nice. The tones are really fun to work with. And what are those? Subtools, decoration, hatching. Whoa. I feel like I just opened up a whole new toy box. A gauze cloud. Oh, these are perfect tones. I gotta say, for my first time in Clip Studio, I'm impressed. I am really feeling this. I think I'm gonna play around a little bit more and have a more serious go at a piece that feels more cohesive as opposed to just sort of testing stuff. So let's record that and kind of finalize things and then give a little summation at the end. so this is where I stopped with the piece for my first sincere effort at Clip Studio Paint. I think I did all right. There's definitely some stuff I would do over again, but at the same time, I am pretty pleased with this program. I really had a lot of fun figuring out all the different tools that it has to offer, or at least scratching the surface of those tools, trying to find a new workflow between how to add shadows, highlights, use different aspects of line art, and even add some tone and even the effect of a shadow at the very end. So this is all just to say that when you're hopping into a new program, you want to try to apply it. You want to try to figure out what overlaps between what you know and what you're learning, and even try some stuff that's completely new and novel. And it will probably end up not your best work, obviously, because there's a lot of experimentation involved. But even things that we consider masterpieces or are masterpieces are the best we can do at the time, is just, one blip in all of this creative spectrum that we end up living over our lives. So whatever happens, just keep moving forward, keep figuring out, what to work on, how to have more fun, how to create better and better work. And everything ends up, in where it's supposed to be, basically. So thank you for watching. If you haven't checked out Clip Studio Paint, maybe download the demo. The sale has long since ended, but I definitely recommend this program. I'm going to learn to probably paint in it as well, not just use screen tones, which I've, again, just scratched the surface of. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had a little bit of fun, and I will see you in the next video. Take care and happy drawing.